I would love to have the Young Americans come back to Clarinda, Iowa.
Definitely you should take advantage of having the Young Americans come to your school. It's an amazing experience. The kids have so much fun.
I would say definitely bring them.
Book them. Do it. Done.
And I don't think that there's a program who could ever be not changed by the Young Americans.
This is really awesome, and I would promote this and tell anybody you're missing out if you're not having Young Americans come to your building.
Hands down, yes, as loud as you can shout it from every mountaintop that you can find within a 1,000,000-mile radius.
Oh, in a heartbeat. I mean, can I get them every year?
The Young Americans support music teachers because they come into the school and they do what the music teachers are trying to do.
Having 43 strangers walk through these doors.
I mean, just by sheer numbers, you have a cast of 40 teachers that show up at your school.
The first day was a little bit like shock and awe, like what are these people doing and why are they so crazy?
I am 35 and I wish I had half their energy because it's so fun.
They're almost blowing the roof off the ceiling.
There's so much adrenaline, they're just going. The kids don't even think to have a lot of their apprehensions they would normally have in class, which I think gets them past a lot of the hurdles that are in their mind normally.
The rate of learning is tremendous.
I'm just amazed at how much these kids have learned in such a short period of time.
I think one great part is the fact that the Young Americans are exactly that, young.
Which automatically creates interest with the students because they're closer in age to them.
Yeah, because they can connect in ways that we as teachers can't due to age and position.
It gives them somebody that's both relatable but also someone that they are willing to follow.
Like with your normal teacher, you can be like, well, I don't really, connect with that one teacher. But when you have Young Americans come, that's 40 teachers. You're going to connect with several of them.
There's like this role model cycle.
And there are Young Americans that were in that same boat. Some of them had challenges when they were younger and have overcome them. And for them to see that, yes, I can push past this and I can be passionate about something.
I think they're learning the work ethic. They see these Young Americans coming in and doing the right things.
And to say, hey, look, I'm your peer. You're looking into a mirror. Look at what you can do. Look at how you can succeed. Look at what you can become.
You can use the lessons that you learned in this 3-day workshop to use that into your regular daily life.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of the students that we typically would not expect to participate ended up participating.
Some of those kids that have behavior issues, those are the ones we get most concerned about when we do something like that, but those were the kids that were probably the most engaged.
They're caring. Above all, like, it's amazing to see them actually see a kid who needs some extra attention and they notice that and they take care of it and they make sure that kid feels needed and loved and cared for.
I've seen a lot of transformations. A lot of students who are very shy move past things that would normally make them very shy. I've seen a lot of students just doing things they would never normally do.
To see the kids that feel like an outcast or feel different, this group is so welcoming to everyone. And to see those kids have a moment to shine, even if it's for 5 seconds, that it means the world.
And just seeing them almost flip the stone and is completely different is awesome.
There's something about having the Young Americans there for just a few days where it let the kids know that whatever they decided to do musically, there was going to be someone who would find it of value and support it, No one's going to make fun of them. They felt safe.
And I saw a couple of my students on stage that sang solos just a minute ago. Wow, because they haven't sung solos for me while they're here, and they sound great.
There's a lot of positive relationships and friendships being built, which of course are one of the things making it a safe place, which also ties into students putting themselves out there because they feel safe.
There is no failure, it's just let's try again. And our kids need to learn that.
It's really incredible to see how they can go into a situation and very quickly get a read for the individuals with whom they're interacting.
They strive to see the good in every person and in every student.
There are very careful and subtle choices that they make through every aspect of their program that really targets the students as individuals.
And when they find that one little thing, they capitalize on it and they make it happen.
That they address each student's individual needs very carefully, and they learn how to manipulate their own practice of delivering those needs in order to best serve each student.
So if we have a student who might be talking a lot during instructions, They might go over and be like, hey, I need you to be a leader for this section. You're going to be in charge. You're bringing them on stage. You're in charge of walking off stage. They've just told that kid, I want to use your skills for good instead of for disruption.
I think that's what I really like seeing is how many different teachers there are and how many different teaching styles.
It's exciting when you know that there may be 20 different styles of learners in your classroom and all of them get to participate in their own way. And there's not a box. And everyone can fit in at Young Americans.
So, you know, you see the big, bold things like going and sitting next to the kids and being friendly and being approachable and saying kind things, but you also see it in all of the subtle little movements and thoughts behind the actions that they're putting forth.
It was so incredible how they were able to teach and then perform, teach and then perform. So they're really teaching and then assessing at the same time. So as I told people when I saw it on Thursday, this is more than just dancing and singing. This is teaching, this is education, this is what it's all about.
To be honest, this is wholeheartedly identifying many of the 21st century skills that our kids need in order to succeed out in the world.
I made a big difference in that year, and then every year I was there after that.
So it's one workshop, but it lasts a lifetime in the appreciation for the arts for these kids too.
This is something that many of these guys are never going to experience again, and they will remember it.
You know, hopefully they've created some self-image and some self-confidence that they can carry that with them, because that's what's really going to matter in the long run.
That was a huge gift. Once the Young Americans came, changed my whole year.
I tell people if they're even considering doing a workshop that they have to do it because they're going to meet some of the greatest kids and really be mentored.
The Young Americans bring a globe of experience behind them, a heart full of passion, and the sort of care and concern that I think many school kids really need in their development.
And even if you're not sure what it is, just do it. Just take my word for it, it's awesome.
And everyone says it's the best thing that's ever happened to your school district, and they give you tons of accolades for it. Wow, I can't believe you did this for my kid, you know?
Any school has an opportunity to have these people in here. You're absolutely crazy if you don't get them in here, and you absolutely need to get as many kids involved in it.
I don't know why a school wouldn't take the time and effort to do it, because it has only benefited my program, and I know it will benefit us for years to come.